तमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यंबकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकंठाय मृत्युंजयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। ओम समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Hari Om, salutations to all. So today is I think we are seeing about Nageshwar Nath, and in this list of Jyotirlingas, Nageshwar Nath is 10th one. Vaidyanatham Chita Bhumau Nagesham Darukavane Setubandhe Cha Ramesham Bhushmesham Cha Shivalaye. That is 11 and 12. So, where is Nageshwar Nath ji? As per the Shiva Puran, Nageshwar Nath ji is in Gujarat, near Dwarka. याम्ये सदंगे नगरेति रम्ये विभूषितांगं विविधैश्च भोगैः सुभक्तिमुक्तिप्रदमीशमेकं श्रीनागनाथं शरणं प्रपद्ये. So, in the one of the most beautiful places, Bhagwan Nageshwar Nath ji resides. Yamye Sadange Nagare Atiramye, in a very beautiful place, a city. Vibhushitangam Vividhaischa Bhogaihi, and various abhushanas and various enjoyments. Bhagwan resides amidst that beautiful city with all alankar, etc., and who grants bhakti and mukti, sad bhakti, good bhakti, and mukti, sad bhakti mukti pradamisham, to that Lord who is one, who is Srinaganath. I take his refuge. So the shloka here says Vibhushitangam. Bhagwan is decorated well here. Everywhere the decoration of Bhagwan happens nicely only. But Bhagwan Shiva is not Alankara Priya in that sense. He is Abhisheka Priya. He loves Abhisheka. We can do Alankar, no problem, and different temples. Alankar of Bhagwan also happens in a different way. So South India, if you see, the Alankar of Bhagwan will be in a certain way. If you go to Mahakaleshwar, it will be in a certain way, Varanasi in some other way. Each place is a different way in which the Alankar happens. Bhagwan Shiva is anyway Abhisheka Priya, so common thing which will happen everywhere is Abhisheka will happen of Bhagwan. Now what is the significance? So this one place, as per the Shiva Puran, it is the place in Gujarat, but there are some another 2-3 places where the understanding of people is this is also Nageshwar Nath ji. So one place is in Hyderabad near Awadha. So people think that is also Nageshwar Nath ji. Then in Uttarakhand near Almoda there is Yogeshwar or Jageshwar, sorry. So sometimes one considers that also as Nageshwar Nath. And yesterday what we saw Vasukinath in Vaidyanath Dham, that also is considered as Nageshwar Nath. So different places, as I said, so even Bhima Shankar we have like that, and some other places also, Devghar, Baidyanath Ji. So sometimes there are multiple places. The one goes by Shiva Puran here, and the idea is not to say that this is the only one, the others are wrong, etc. Bhagwan is anyway all pervasive. One can worship Bhagwan anywhere. Now, what is the story behind Nageshwar Nath? So, Darukavane, Nagesham Darukavane is said, right? So, this Darukavan is not that same Vana where Bhagwan manifested as a Bhikshu. So, Bhikshatana Rupa, where the rishis of Darukavan were performing the yajna and Bhagwan comes in Bhikshatana Rupa. That's legend which is there. This is not that. This is a different one. So, Daruka is one Rakshasi, and this Rakshasi has done tapasya and pleased Bhagwan, pleased Mother Parvati. Her husband's name is Daruka. So Daruka is the Rakshasa, Daruka is the Rakshasi. And with lot of other Rakshasas, this Daruka has created lot of havoc. He does not allow the saints and sages, rishis, munis, devotees to worship Bhagwan. He destroys their yajnas, destroys the temples, and anybody who is trying to walk the path of dharma, he creates troubles for them. And they had one very special boon. So what was that boon? And the boon was the forest where they stay. In this forest is some 16 yojanas wide. Uh, and that whole forest with all the facilities, etc., is a mobile forest. It can move from one place to another. Wherever they go, this forest will come with them and settle down there, and everything will happen nicely. They stay there for some time, then again they move, go to some other place. So that is a special boon that this Daruka Rakshasi had got from Mother Parvati. Um, and Mother Parvati had given her the responsibility to maintain that forest well, not to destroy that forest. So that she used to take care of that forest, but it is like her home, but a mobile home. And so because it's a mobile thing now, wherever they go, they settle down there and then they start creating havoc for the people around. And so a lot of rishis got very disturbed by him, by this Daruka Rakshasa. And so one rishi, Maharshi called Aurva, they go and take refuge of this Aurva rishi, and they explain all the challenges they have that this Rakshas keeps moving and keeps creating trouble for us. And if he does all this, he doesn't allow us to do yajnas, etc., we can't do our sadhana. And this devatas also then get affected because ahutis are not offered. So something has to be done. um, and so Aurva Rishi, he gave one uh, curse to all these Rakshasas. When Aurva Rishi came to know of the plight of the other rishis, he is supposed to be some great Maharshi. I have not done much research on him yet. And he gives a curse. And what is this curse? Um, if henceforth they destroy the yajnas of the rishis, they will get killed. they will lose their life. Now, once the Devatas heard this, okay, this Aurva Rishi's curse has come. See, now some people say, why should Rishis curse? First of all, the power to curse is not there with everybody. Just because we say something in anger and say, I give you shrap. When we were children, we used to do like that. Ramayana, Mahabharata, and so many other serials when they used to come. In that, they will show like this, मैं तुम्हें श्राप देता हूँ. So when we fight with each other, some siblings and friends and all of them, then one used to say, I will curse you. I curse you. Do this will happen to you. Nothing happens. The ability to curse is only in a mind which is certain level of purity, single pointedness. And that also, one gives a curse, one loses the tapobala. Curse is not something that is given out of just some personal anger, or it is uh, it is without producing any effect. No, it consumes energy, it takes away tapobala, it it brings down the sadhana and the sattva guna in the mind of the person. So it is just not uh, to be taken for granted that, oh, one can give a curse. No, no. One must have a certain level of mental strength and capability for that. One. Two, many times the curse, if you see the great rishis, etc., when they give the curse, that curse is not a personal uh, vendetta or some kind of a revenge, or the curse will be for the common good. Yeah, there may be some examples of people who have cursed because of some personal reasons also. And as I said, then it does happen that anyway the tapobal will go down, the sadhana will reduce. One has to again do much more to regain that state of mind. So the rishis, some of them, when they give curse, that curse will be to bring out the glory of Bhagwan, or to ensure that this particular jiva, they get their negative karma phala and that gets exhausted, or it will be to relieve somebody of some sorrow. So various reasons are there behind it. So the Aurva Rishi gave the curse. And what was the curse? If they do any damage more, if they come to disturb or destroy a yagna anymore, they will get killed. So when Devatas heard about this, they attacked the asuras, these Rakshasas. So when they attacked, the Rakshasas are now scared, because what should they do now? If they kill the Devatas, then as per the shrap of the Muni, they will also get killed. Because it's not, see, yagna, if you destroy, the yagna is being done to offer ahutis for the Devatas. So if Devatas directly are killed, then obviously they will also get killed. Because if the means only is getting disturbed, you will get killed. Then the goal, if that you attack and you kill, or you even defend and you kill, you will be destroyed. So they are in a dilemma, because if they don't attack in self-defense and they don't destroy the devatas, they will get destroyed. And if if they kill the devatas, they will get destroyed. If they don't kill, they will get completely defeated and lose whatever powers they have. Even they may not get enough food to eat, and they may be even captured. Anything can happen. So they are now in a dilemma. Now what to do? So this Daruka, she says that I have the blessing of Mother Parvati with me, and I can take this forest wherever I like. And so from where they were, they all shifted to the ocean. The whole forest went into the ocean. And so when they went to the ocean, went down into the ocean, they started living there. Now the devatas won't come and attack them there. Rishis are doing their yajnas. Devatas have gone back. Now what happened? Their nature is to trouble people. Rakshasas are like that. Interestingly, if you uh, reverse the word Rakshas, what will you get? Sakshar. Sakshar means educated, one who has studied, knowledgeable. Opposite of that. If one has not studied, one doesn't have that culture, vivek, vinamrata, all that, then one is a Rakshas. And sometimes there are people who are Sakshar also and who are Rakshas, who are so-called studied, educated, have enough qualification, degree, this, that, but one is still Rakshas because the lower, baser tendencies are so much. Selfishness is very high, troubling people and yet not feeling anything bad about it. That is a height of, that is selfishness. One is not compassionate, kind. Seeing the sorrows of others, one is moved. Knowledge brings that compassion, sensitivity, ability to serve, humility. All that comes with knowledge and understanding. But when that is not there, the exact opposite. One derives sadistic joy by disturbing others, destroying others. And one laughs, one feels great thrill. So these Rakshasas, where they went, they troubled people. So now in the ocean they are, and they're troubling all the creatures in the ocean. So once it so happened that many ships, they are sailing in the ocean and filled with the human beings. What did these Rakshasas do? See, they are quietly going from one place to another. But these Rakshasas, unnecessary, they want to trouble. They captured all of them and put them in a prison. And they kept threatening them. We will eat you up, we will kill you, we will destroy you, all that. What do they want to gain from them? It's not that they are having some lot of wealth and this and that, just trouble. Many times it is said, no, empty mind is a devil's workshop. It is like that. Nothing higher to do in life. That's one thing to learn. If I don't have anything greater in life, a higher purpose in life, I will be stuck with petty things. See, I may have a job to do, I may have some position also, but if my mind is not inspired by higher ideals, it will be stuck in pettiness. What did this person do? Why did that person talk like that? And the politics of people, one gets stuck in that only. Vyavhar is a different thing, but psychologically having that type of a mindset where one is just too involved in this raga and dvesha. So the mind, when it is not having a higher purpose, it will get stuck in raga and dvesha. And here the Rakshasas, nothing greater to do, wanting to trouble people. Innocently, they are going in the boat, captured all of them in the ship, and trouble everyone. Now, in that group, there was one devotee of Bhagavan uh, called Supriya, and he was a businessman. And so, apparently, this boat may be having a few businessmen and some, you know, anything, wealth or precious diamonds or gold or some kind of material which can be sold, and business can happen through that. So the Rakshasas must have got some of this also. But this Supriya, he was their leader, the leader of that whole group. He was a businessman, but he was a devotee of Bhagwan Shiva. Now he will not eat food without doing worship of Bhagwan Shiva. That is his sadhana. And so in that place also, in that jail, he doesn't break his niyam. And he does the worship of Bhagwan Shiva. And not only he does, many of his associates, whoever have come with him, he taught them also. Now they all are sitting in the jail and doing Om Namah Shivaya mantra japa and meditating on Bhagwan Shiva. This Supriya is a devotee who also has darshan of Bhagwan Shiva. He is a very great devotee who has so much of surrender and bhavana, and he keeps having darshan of Bhagwan Shiva. So that devotee is in the jail and he is worshipping. Interesting thing is, like we saw in the earlier significance of Jyotirlingas, that Parthiv Linga can be created out of mud and then one worships Bhagwan and then Vilaya can be done. Again, next day you create from that same mud another Parthiv Linga. So one can keep doing that. So that is one way. Now these people are put in the ocean. Now they are in the jail there. Where will they create Parthiv Linga and all that? So Shiv Puran says this thumb of ours is the linga and this is the pitha. And so if nothing is available, on the thumb one can do the puja with the bhav that this is Bhagwan, this is the linga, and this is the yoni, this is the pitha, and this is the linga that one has, and one can worship Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. If one wants a symbol and one externally wants to do some offering, one can do with this also. So now this Supriya, he is worshipping. See, some people don't need physically because their mind, they can do the entire thing in the mind. So we have Shiva Manasa Puja also. And that worship in the mind is much more subtler and more powerful because the whole puja is done only in the mind. Like last few days we have been doing. Do the agarbatti, do the arati, do the offerings of flowers, do the abhishek, full. One can do in the mind. So Supriya is a devotee who does in the mind also. And additionally, people love to do outside also because inside, outside, everywhere one wants to see Shiva. So Bhakta can do both. And so this Supriya, he worships Bhagwan in that. He is not disturbed, okay, what happened, why this happened, I am a devotee of Bhagwan and why these Rakshasas have captured us and when will Bhagwan save me? He just continues to worship Bhagwan. What else can you do? One can't fight them out, they will finish you. One is worshipping the Lord. And so what happens then? This Daruka, the husband, the Daruka comes to know that we were not allowing the rishis to worship Bhagwan in the forests, etc. And this Supriya is worshipping Bhagwan right in our abode, in the prison. And so he ran to kill Supriya. And when these Rakshasas they saw, they also joined him. um, the whole group is running towards Supriya with all this, the sword and the huge kind of, what do you call that, axe with which one chops off the head. So with all the weapons they have come and they want to kill him. For a moment, Supriya gets scared and he says, doesn't matter. See, fear when it comes, one has to invoke faith. All these are learnings from the story. No matter what happens, one should not leave the worship of Bhagwan. Wherever one is, whichever way possible, one should do the worship of Bhagwan. There is no excuse. One can't say that I am traveling, so I don't have my, facility to do Sandhya Vandan, or I don't have this ability to do Achaman, and where will I put my altar and this and that. No, then do entire thing in the mind. Or look at your thumb and do the Archana to Bhagwan. You can do whichever way. Shastra gives so many options. No excuse. So even in jail he was worshipping, and then when they ran to kill him, for a moment he had fear in his mind, but the moment fear came, he invokes faith. So the antidote for fear is knowledge and faith, because fear arises out of ignorance. When I don't know something, then I misapprehend something, then fear will arise. That is one possibility. Like I don't know what is in the darkness, so then I may imagine there is some cockroach, there is some ghost, there is some thief, anything. I don't know what is the future, so mind imagines that what if this happens, what if that happens. And the more negative imagination happens, the more the fear will increase. So solution is where I can come to know, like in the case of darkness, put on the light, see what is, fear goes. In case of future, I can't know the future. There I must invoke the faith. In this case, where there is this fear that, oh, he is coming to kill me, there's a fear of this, the pain in the physical body, death, all that. And so, when fear comes, he invokes faith and he starts worshipping Bhagwan, he starts chanting the name of Bhagwan. And he surrenders to Bhagwan and he says this, that please protect me. You are Kalyanakari, you are Trilokanath, you are Dushtahanta, you are Bhaktavatsala, and please save us from these uh, Rakshasas. You are everything for us. We surrender unto you, and you please grant us protection. Now, please remember, he is a Vaishya. So, he is not skilled in some warfare and all that. If there is Kshatriya, one will retaliate back. So, our culture does not say that whenever somebody attacks us, only worship Bhagwan. Where one can attack, where one can defend, one has to defend. Where one knows, defend. Whichever way one can put up a resistance, put up. But here he chose, and he is a bhakta, he is sattvic in his mind, he is a Vaishya by temperament, a businessman by temperament. He says better to take refuge of Bhagwan. So he prays to Bhagwan. And what happens then? When he prays in this way to the Lord, Bhagwan manifests there. And when he comes there, uh, along with him, there is a beautiful temple also that manifests there. And in that temple, in the middle, there's this most brilliant, effulgent Jyotirlinga, which manifests Shivalinga. And Bhagwan Shiva is not only there himself, but his whole parivar is there. So Parvati Devi and Ganesh ji, Kartikeya ji, all of them are there. So they all manifest there. And now that Bhagwan himself has manifested, all the more Supriya worships Bhagwan and he is very thrilled and that Bhagwan has come there. So what did Bhagwan do? He took his Pashupat Astra and he destroyed all the Rakshasas. Now who are left there? This Daruka and Daruka, they are left. So many of these Rakshasas, they got killed. And main Rakshasas, whoever are their main, whatever you can call, chieftains, commanders, etc. Bhagwan kills all of them and protected Supriya. So the shloka here says, Iti sampratita shambhuhu vivaranirgatastada bhavanenotamenatha chaturdvarayutena cha. So it is Chaturdvara. So the the temple has four gates and Bhagwan manifested there. Madhye Jyotir Swarupam cha Shivarupam tadadbhutam Parivara Samayuktam Drishtva cha Pujayat Savai. So with his parivar he manifested and is there in the form of the Jyotirlinga and he was worshipped. Pujitascha tada Shambhu prasanno Hyabhavat Swayam Astram Pashupatam Nama Datva Rakshasa Pungavan Jaghana Sopakaranam जघानसोपकरणांस् तान् सर्वान् सगणान्द्रुतम् अरक्षच्च स्वभक्तं वै दुष्टः स हि शङ्करः. So Shankara is Dushtaha. Dushtaha means the destroyer of those who are evil. And Swabhakta Arakshacha. So he protects. So the faith is Bhagwan protects the devotee. In the Gita also Bhagwan says, Name Bhakta Pranashyati. My devotee shall not perish. That does not mean the devotee will not go through difficult times. Sometimes the devotee will go through for whatever karmic reasons. And sometimes the devotee goes through more trouble than anybody else. Because sometimes Bhagwan has to do some leela through the devotee to give a message. Sometimes it is karmic reason, sometimes it is will of Bhagwan. Reasons can be many. So if somebody thinks that I am a devotee, I should not get any problem, that's a wrong equation. Problems can come to anybody. And that is test of the faith also. Sometimes the Lord also does some leela to bring out the glory of the devotee and the strength of the faith of the devotee. Like Narsimha Bhagwan could have manifested any time, but through the whole Leela, how many times Hiranyakashipu tries to kill Prahlad ji, through that the Bhakta and his glory and nobility of his character, his life, anchoring in devotion, Shraddha, all that comes out beautifully. So Bhagwan can do some of these out of different reasons. And so he is protected. So Priya is protected. And what happens then? He blessed the forest also. Now it is said here that in this forest, now the Rakshasas are killed. Only this Daruka and this his wife, Daruka, they are there. Now they are completely ineffective. All their power has been destroyed. The Rakshasas have been killed. And Bhagwan says that from now onwards in this Vana, lot of Brahmanas, Rishis, Sadhus, sons, all of them will come and they will worship me, they will do yajna, yaga, dharma will get established here, all that he says. And the Tamoguni Rakshasas will not be able to live here. Now, when he says that, this Daruka goes to the refuge of Mother Parvati. Bhagwan has come with his whole parivar there, so she takes the refuge of Mother Parvati and she prays. So Mother Parvati says, tell me, what do you seek? What do you want? So she says, please protect my Vamsha. Rakshasa, so many of them have been killed, but please protect my Vamsha. And Mother Parvati says, okay, I promise you that your Vamsha will be protected because Daruka and Daruka, they both are left. And so she prays to Bhagwan. Parvati Devi says to Bhagwan that whatever you have said, that there will not be any Rakshasas here, etc., it will be true till the end of this yuga. No, ulta. Till the end of this yuga, let this Daruka and Daruka, they also stay here. After that, whatever you said will come true, that there will not be any Rakshasas anymore here. So at the end of the yuga, what you have said will come true. So Shivji, when Parvati Devi tells this, um, she says, I am also yours, I have taken your refuge, and so you please ensure that this is implemented. And this Daruka and Daruka, let them stay here. And she says that this Daruka is a great devotee and very strong, very powerful. And she will rule over the Rakshasas. They will not trouble the rishis. Uh, they will all stay in harmony. So let them continue here. You please allow them to coexist here. And at the end of this yuga, then the Rakshasas no more will be in this place. So coexistence, she tells them. So she So there are two transformations that have happened in this story, if you see. One is some of those people who were wicked, those Rakshasas who could not be transformed, who did not have devotion, they got killed. So one way to do Dharma Samsthapana is when Bhagwan destroys the evildoers. And the second way is where Bhagwan transforms them. So this Daruka goes to the mother and she surrenders, she prays, please protect my Vamsha. She understands that Bhagwan is the most powerful one, so she dare not do this again. So there is a deeper transformation that has happened. And they now coexist. So all the Brahmanas, the Rishis, Munis, they will also be there in the forest, and this Daruka and Daruka also will be there in the forest. They will coexist, they will not harm the Brahmanas. So if they don't harm the Brahmanas, etc., there is no problem. They can always live there. If they worship, if they disturb the Brahmanas, their worship, their yajna, etc., then Bhagwan has to say, you clear this place. You can't stay here anymore, or he may even kill them. So this another point is this, that the coexistence happens. So we don't have a challenge in coexisting. In Hindu culture, we have no issue. Anybody can be there. They can follow their own religion. They can follow whatever they have their belief patterns, because we don't discriminate in that way. We say that all are one, all are divine. But if somebody is attacking, not allowing us to do what we need to do, then we have to destroy. We have to defend and then attack them and destroy them, and that will happen. One can't stop that. That happens even in our body. When virus attacks, bacteria attacks, our immunity system will fight back. If it doesn't fight back, then we will die. So this simple learning here, and Shivji keeps the word, Mother Parvati's word. So Shivji is not some authoritarian figure saying कि what I have said has to happen now. Who are you? Nothing like that. Shivji says, okay, you are very dear to me, and this is what if you want, it will happen like this, no problem. And so, uh, and he says that I will also stay here. So now in his presence, definitely they can't do anything more. So he says, I will also stay here with a lot of love. His devotees are there. I meaning the whole family, they stay there. And he says, at the end of Kali Yuga and it in the beginning of the Satyuga, uh, he says, Mahasena Putra, Veer Sen will be the king of kings, and he will be born. He will rule here. He is a great devotee of mine, and he will be a great devotee of mine, and he is very Parakrami Raja, and he will come here to have my darshan. So I will be here, and having got my darshan, he will also become a great Chakravarti Samrat. So this is the Bhavishya. He is predicting it is what is happening, going to happen in future. So I'm going to be here in Darukavana. And so both of them, Mother Parvati and Bhagwan Shiva, they reside there. And whoever worships Bhagwan there is worshipping the whole family. So Nageshwar Linga, that is one of the glorious aspects. um, Then the regular aspects. When one worships Bhagwan, the desires get fulfilled, the sins get destroyed, as well as Bhagwan finally grants mukti also to the people. एवं नागेश्वरो देव उत्पन्नो ज्योतिषां पतिः लिङ्गरूपस्त्रिलोकस्य सर्वकामप्रदः सदा एतद्यशृणुयान्नित्यं नागेशोद्भवमादरात् सर्वान् कामान् नियाद्धीमान् महापातकनाशनान्. So this is the glory of Nageshwarnath Bhagwan. So various things we learn, the importance of faith, the importance of daily sadhana and worship, coexistence, many beautiful lessons one can learn from this. So today we will again meditate on the form and with the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. Sit erect, the head, the neck, and the spine in a straight line. Close your eyes gently, relax the shoulders, let your hands be in your lap, palms facing the sky. Come to a comfortable posture without any strain in any part of the body. Thank Bhagwan for all the blessings as well as the challenges that you have. Whether we know it or not, whether we believe it or not, the fact is, in and through all the challenges, Bhagwan is with us. Bhagwan loves and cares for us. And Bhagwan protects us also. Even if it appears we are going through some trouble, Bhagwan is destroying our negative karmas. And He is with us even in those difficult times. Thank Bhagwan for all such times. Think of the most difficult moment that you had in your life and thank Bhagwan that in and through that He was with you and you came out of those difficult times. Even if you feel you came out of it through your hard work, those thoughts, the ability to act, the circumstances, all are by the grace of Bhagwan alone. So thank Bhagwan with all sincerity and gratitude. Suggest to the mind that for the next 30 minutes I am steady and still without any movements. Except breathing, no other movement. I am alert, awake, and quiet. For the next 30 minutes, I am only a devotee, a seeker, and my goal is self realization. My goal is complete surrender to Bhagwan. Relax the body with some simple deep breathing, not in any particular ratio, just slow, steady, and deep breathing. As we say Shi, take the breath in. As we say Va, release the breath. Take in through the nose and release through the nose. The mouth is not used. Ensure that your exhalation is longer than your inhalation. Exhale all the air. Continue breathing at your own pace. In the space between the two eyebrows or in your heart, visualize a circle of white light. Invoke the auspicious form of your Guru. Feel that you are in front of your Guru with folded hands. With all gratitude, one prays for the guidance of the Guru, for steadiness in contemplation, With all devotion, chant Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Offer some flowers at the feet of the Guru. Perform a pradakshina. Prostrate in front of the Guru. Repose the form back into your heart. Invoke the auspicious form of Bhagwan Shiva. Bhagwan has manifested there in Nageshwar, in Darukavana as Nageshwara. Bhagwan is sitting in meditation with his half eyes closed. With his right hand, he is blessing everyone. With him is Mother Parvati on his left side. Ganeshji and Kartikeya Bhagwan are also with Bhagwan Shiva and Parvati. Yam ye sadange nagare tirange vibhoshitangam vividhaischa bhogaihi sabhukti mukti pradameshamekam Srinaganatham sharanam prapadye Srinaganatham sharanam prapadye. Keeping this form of Bhagavan Shiva in mind, we chant Om Namah Shivaya. You can also chant aloud if you like. Follow the same pitch and the speed and the tone. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Continue mentally. भगवान Nageshwar resides in this Darukavana with all Vibhushana, Abhushana, so offer a beautiful necklace to Bhagwan, offer it around his neck, offer a mukuta, a crown on the jata of Bhagwan, offer some ornaments on his biceps, on his arms, on his wrists. Feel that you are tying these ornaments on Bhagwan's arms, wrists, on his forehead, the crown, on his chest, a grand necklace, a waistband around his waist. Bhagwan already has kundal in his ears. Offer a gold ring on the right hand of Bhagwan's ring finger. Same way offered some ornaments to Mother Parvati. She sits beside Bhagwan. Offer a mukuta, the nose ring, earrings, necklace, ornaments on her arms, the wrists, waistband. So Shiva and Parvati, both of them, may they strengthen our faith along with Ganeshji and Kartikeya. May the entire Shiva Parivar be in our heart. Shivji is the symbol of consciousness, auspiciousness. Mother Parvati, symbol of austerity, compassion. Ganeshji, the strength to overcome all obstacles. Kartikeya ji is the commander in chief who destroys the negative forces, the destroyer of Tarakasura. When we overcome our negativities, there are many obstacles that come on the way. We overcome them, and with the austerity of Mother Parvati, we attain Shiva Tattva. Offer some flowers to all of them, to Shivji, to Mother Parvati, to Ganeshji and Kartikeyaji. May they help us to be consistent in our sadhana. May they strengthen our faith, especially in difficult times. May they help us to protect our culture. May they destroy the negative forces in and around us. May they help us to coexist with each other harmoniously. May we abide in the vision of oneness. Perform a pradakshina of the entire Shiva Parivar. Prostrate in front of them. In that the grace of Bhagwan Shiva, Mother Parvati, Ganeshji and Kartikeyaji is with you. Repose the Lord back into the heart. Be aware of your breath. Be aware of your body. Be aware of the happenings around you. We pray for everyone's well-being. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhak Bhavet. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Rub your palms, place them on the face, gently open your eyes. Any questions?
Hari Om and Pranam Swamiji. Just a small clarification or rather guidance. Before the Shivling, our Pradakshina is not the full but sort of semi or incomplete, whereas in front of the idol or in any other places, we have the Sampurna Pradakshina. Could you just guide into the reasons and the whether even mentally when we are doing the Pradakshina, the form that we have, what kind of Pradakshina we should observe?
See, Pradakshina of Bhagwan, I'm just sharing this picture here with you. See this, when the Pratishtha has been done in such a way that the Abhishek Jal comes out from the yoni,
Hmm.
it is falling on the ground, then we don't cross that.
Right.
So in many temples you will find that the water comes outside.
Hmm.
In such places, we do pradakshina like this. So how they have given here, the path.
Right. Right.
This whole path one will follow like this and come back.
Hmm.
That water we don't cross.
Hmm.
That is a symbol of, so that is auspiciousness, and that's water
Reverence.
symbol of Shakti also.
Hmm.
Shiva and Shakti together make the whole creation happen. So we don't cross. Now, mentally, when we do, so in temples where, like, suppose you see in our Shiva temple at Powai,
Hmm.
the water is not coming out, it goes down inside.
Hmm.
In many other temples also, where the water is absorbed down, there the full production of the Garbhagriha may happen. Where it is coming out, there we will not cross that and go. Now, when we offer mentally, then one can do appropriately as per one's bhav. If the visualization is such that in the pradakshina path the water is flowing out, then you go only like this as per the diagram and again come back. But if you feel that no, the water is going absorbed in the ground, so I'm not crossing the water, I'm not stepping on the water, then you can do full. That is up to you. Some of these places where we showed the linga, there we have seen that the water falls out. So there we visualize only going up to the yoni and again coming back. So where we are using actually some places where the linga is kept in a specific way, then we do it as per that, because as we see, mental offering is much more subtler and powerful than the actual physical offering. So if we know that, okay, in this particular place, Bhagwan's linga is like this, so we visualize exactly like that as though we are in the temple. And then how we will do in that temple, accordingly we do the pradakshina here also. But if it is a general visualization, then it depends on your visualization, and then you have to take a call accordingly.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, Swamiji Pranam. Also, they say that the Nandiji is there over there, so we should not even come in the way of the Nandiji also when we are doing the Pradakshina.
So wherever that happens, that is great. In the sense that In most of the temples, you will find Nandi is facing Bhagwan straight away there. And so when we do the Pradakshina, uh, sometimes there's a gap between Nandiji and Bhagwan. So
Yes.
so even if you go like this and come back, Nandiji sometimes is behind.
Hmm.
So Pradakshina, wherever possible, without obstructing his vision, we can do, but some places it may not happen.
Yes.
Like in some temples, Nandiji is inside, some temples, Nandiji is outside,
Yes. Yes.
and from outside he is watching. So then the Pradakshina path, we will come on the way, but it's all the bhavana then. In that situation, it is a bhav that we don't want to disturb, and we are just worshipping Bhagwan.
There's one more question, Swamiji. Please pardon my ignorance, but Shivji likes milk abhishek, and we also do water. But nowadays, when we pour so much milk, we feel bad that people are not getting thing to eat. So if I pour water instead of milk, am I showing disrespect to Shivji? Please pardon my ignorance and
No,
please
no,
advise.
there is no disrespect. Bhagwan can be worshipped with whatever dravya abhishek we do. Milk also is okay, water also is okay. If milk is not available, only water, or if I don't want to offer with milk, I do only with water. That is no problem. So we have to understand one or two things here. In the temples, what should ideally happen is the milk which is offered in abhishek must get collected and get distributed, and which is what happens in many of the temples also. And even the water abhishek which is done, collected, and that water is given out as tirtha.
Mhm.
Some places they don't do that.
Yeah, many places we see it going down the drain, and that it actually hurts.
So that is one aspect we can see. The idea here also is, no doubt we should save the resources, we should make the best use of it, nothing wrong in that. But offering milk to Bhagwan, many people consider that itself as a waste. Now that is not the right attitude there, because the offering is to Bhagwan and the linga is there. And that's why if it is collected and given out, that is the best thing. There's no doubt in that. But by itself, the offering, then somebody will say after some time that water is very scarce nowadays, so we can't do water abhishek also. You see, because it is eventually it will boil down to all these, and these criterias we have to then apply consistently everywhere.
Right.
For the amount of food that we waste and the kind of things that we do on a birthday party or a celebration, and then champagne, and then smash it everywhere, and cake smash on the faces of people, all that time none of this logic we apply. I'm not saying for you, I'm saying in general, in
Agreed.
particular, you
Agreed.
know. So logic has to be applied consistently, and yes, resources have to be saved everywhere, and bhavana is important. And with times few things also change. But now if I'm wanting to conserve water, if I'm conserving water throughout the day,
Hmm.
then if I say that, okay, I will just offer one drop of water because water is scarce or whatever, then that's up to us. Bhagwan doesn't demand he offer gallons and gallons of water. He says patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Yes.
So whatever we offer with bhavana, that he takes. Bhavana is important. But if I'm taking a shower bath every day
Hmm.
and I'm wasting much more water, and then I say no, I will not offer water, then that is something which one must uh, be consistent. Otherwise, it will be not appropriate. So people today, many of them, they give this logic, and so they don't go to the temple, they don't do the abhishek, they don't. Arey, what is dear to Bhagwan? Do that. He likes abhishek, so offer the abhishek.
Yes.
And best resources, how to utilize? Yes, collect that water, give it, distribute it, use it in plants,
Yes.
use it to whatever, give it to some animals, etc. Use the resources instead of not doing. We should encourage the temples, etc., also to make better use of that offered water or the jala or whatever the dravya is.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you for clearing my doubt.
Swamiji, I had one question on this temple that we talked about today. Is it anything to do with Nagesh, the snake, and because it's called Nageshwar? And second is this an underwater, was it underwater? Because we talked about Supriya being a businessman and became underwater.
Yeah, so from Shiv Puran, what we understand, there is no context given of the word Nagesha, uh, but we know Bhagwan is uh, Bhagwan has snake around his neck, and that snake does not harm him, bite him. He is the Lord. So Shiva Puran does not give any specific reason why he is called Nagesh Nath there, and not there is no other association of snake also in the whole legend or the story. Um, Now, this was not underwater. From what I understand, it is said in Shiv Puran that this Vana was shifted to the ocean. Obviously, now some part of it is inside the water, but it was not submerged underwater, and it was above the water only. And staying there, they were troubling the creatures in the ocean, these Rakshasas. In my explanation, maybe I gave that impression it's underwater. Then I stand corrected. It is not in the water, it is above, but in the ocean. Uh, so that is what the Shiv Puran explains. And so when this Supriya, etc., they were going in the boat, so they captured them, put them in the prison, and then the rest of the story happens. So it is above water only.
Okay. You said the temple also manifested with the Shivlinga. Is that original temple, at least a part of it, still there? Or it's all new?
That I am not sure of, because here when it is said that it is Bhagwan manifested with the mandir with 4 gates, etc., whether now that is the same temple which is still there today. I remember having visited Nageshwar Nath when I went to Dwarka, but now I don't remember whether these 4 gates, etc., are there or there was one gate. I'll have to check and come back to you on that.
Okay, Swamiji. One other thing about how what we talked about in one of the initial classes about when we're trying to meditate and not to move. But I find that very difficult. I'm not able to concentrate. Only when I move from side to side, I'm able to focus. So is this normal? Is this a path towards being stationary, or do I have to force myself to correct?
So, are you sitting on the ground? Are you sitting on the chair?
I'm sitting on a computer chair.
Your feet are firmly
Office
placed.
chair.
Your feet are
No,
firmly placed on the ground.
no, it's folded on the chair.
Ha. So you are sitting in the folded position on the chair, no? You try putting the feet down and put some cushion, etc., so that the feet are not hanging, and see if that will help. Body stillness, two reasons. Body movement, two reasons can be there. One is if the body is uncomfortable sitting in that cross position for a long time. It depends on so many things, our hips and our thighs and whatever the muscles, if they have not been used properly, if they become rigid, then in some time one starts feeling pains, then one has to move. And that's why the posture is important. Then you sit with the 2 feet down and put the cushion below the feet so they're well supported. Then once you are in that comfortable posture, then it is a question of the mental attitude, and that one should not that restlessness should be arrested, and that if you feel once you sit properly there is no uh, pain, etc., then one does not want to move, then that is one solution. If you find that no, there is physically no challenge, but the body still has to move for whatever reasons, one feels that some, maybe it is the mind is not able to focus in the meditation, or it wanders, or one is not used to sitting for a long time, so one feels a little restless, then you sit for shorter duration without movement, and then keep increasing that duration, and slowly it will happen. And last point is that invoke more bhavana and absorption in the very process. The more the mind will get absorbed in the process, the more it will rise above body identification. And so that is how it will be possible to stay then still. And when we are anyway saying to the Lord that, saying to the mind that for the next 30 minutes I'm steady and still, at that time you have to apply a lot of willpower and visualize that you are sitting for that whatever time, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you decide, 15 minutes, that I am without any movement. So when the auto suggestion happens, with that the visualization and willpower has to be invoked, then this will happen.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Yeah. Okay. So I will share the picture of Nageshwar Nathji on the WhatsApp group. Last question for today.
Hari Om Swamiji,
Hari Om.
Bhati Mahafatya. This Nageshwar, the Jyotirling, few years back I have visited, but one thing which you have told today, that there the temple is like of the whole family resides there. Shivji stays there with the family.
In Linga Rupa.
So everything is in Linga Rup. There is no other form of any family members or anything. Because I didn't see anything there except Linga. So I thought, let me ask you.
Only Linga Rupa. That the shloka, that's why I read. Linga Rupena. He stays there with the family in Linga Rupa.
Okay, that was done.
Yeah, so physical statues need not be there. The linga itself is the indication, and that's why the Shiv Puran gives that line. Parivara samayuktam. See, madhye jyoti swarupam cha shiva rupam tadadbhutam parivara samayuktam drishtva cha pujayat savai. So he manifested as the Jyotirlinga Swarup, and all the four are there. We did our visualization with the form because that is more easier for people to have the bhavana with. Otherwise, Bhagavan is in the Jyotirlinga Swarup only with the whole family.
And connected thing, which means, as you told just now, when I do this meditation on Shivji, I can't think of any form. Means normally whenever I'm doing it, it is in the Linga Rupa only. So if without family or with him alone, any form is there, I just, my mind gets very much steady and content with the Linga Rupa only. And
Best.
meditation on Shivji. Otherwise it is Krishna is my my worshipping. But
No
in
problem.
Shivji, I can concentrate and I get evolved in that only, that Linga Rupa.
That is fine. You can hold on to the linga and then worship Bhagavan. The bhavana is this is Bhagavan himself. So that is perfect. No problem at all.
But
We are doing 12 Jyotirlingas just so that people understand the glory, and so many people visit also. So once they know the significance, the stories, the legend, etc., the symbolism, then their visit also is more fruitful. In the daily worship, whichever appeals to you, in different places, different things are there. In each of the Jyotirlingas, different uniquenesses are there. So we don't have to do every day anyway, all of them. So whichever appeals to anyone, one holds on to that and then move on.
okay. Hari Om Swamiji.
Hari
Thank
Om.
you much and have a great, great day.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.